So for this meditation, you want to find a comfortable seat. Now there's a few things that will make your seat comfortable that we need to work with. You want to sit in a manner that lets your knees be below your hips, or at least on the same level. Find a way to sit with your weight centered over your sit bones. You don't want to be too perfectly straight, but don't let the body hunch over either. Ideally, you don't want to lean back against something in a chair or a wall. So let's start at the feet and work our way up. Let the feet both equally press into the ground with the ankles directly under the knees. Hands can fall on the lap, perhaps clasped, perhaps not. Knees are at the same height or slightly lower than the hips. And the shoulders are above the hips. Nice, comfortable, straight but neutral line. Nice long up the neck into the head. Let this be about your back, your spine. Let it be comfortable, but still engaged. So the idea in this seat is something where you cannot fidget, which might be challenging for some of us, but that's okay. So throughout this practice, your mind will wander. Just come back to the breath, come back to my voice, come back to where you were or where we are now. Let your eyes close. And if that's not comfortable, maybe the gaze drops and the eyelids shutter. There may be sounds around you, and that's okay. They may distract you, and that is okay. Just keep coming back to the breath, coming back to the body. So start at the top of the head. And what do you notice as we scan down the body? Let the attention slide down the scalp. To the ears and the forehead. Releasing any tension that might be there. And just letting it go. And down to the jaw and the tongue. Release them and let them relax. And the attention slides over the neck. Maybe you need a last minute stretch here, side to side. With your eyes closed, your gaze lowered, with your mind's eye, try to see your heart. You'll notice your head tilts down ever so slightly. Almost feeling like you're lengthening the neck. Getting into the shoulders. As you take a deep breath in, release the breath and release the tension in the shoulders and let them fall a little further away from the ears without clenching, without holding. And down the arms and the hands and the wrists. And down the front of the body. And down the back body. Release any clenching that might be happening in the stomach or in the hips or buttocks, in the thighs and down the legs, releasing any clenching with the feet, and just yield down into the earth beneath you. And bring your attention to your breath. Just notice it. And breath is sort of like the ocean. It ebbs and it flows. Some days it moves with perfect ease. And other days it just doesn't. But the breath is always there. And bring your attention to the base of the nostrils, just outside the nostrils. And pay attention to your sensation of breath, right outside the nostrils. Your mind may wander. Your mind will wander. Just come back to that sensation of your breath. The space beneath the nostrils. And don't try to control the movement of breath. Just notice it. And as you notice the movement of the breath, the attention slips just inside the nostrils. And here, noticing the sensations. It might feel cool on the way in and warm on the way out. What do you notice here? As the breath ebbs and flows, just like the tide. It moves in and it moves out. You might stay here, or perhaps you move a little higher into the nose, into the nostrils. You notice the breath and how it spirals in to the nose and spirals back out. Again, noticing it might be cool on the way in, warm on the way out, or any other sensation to you. Again, coming back to the breath, allowing distractions, and always coming back to the breath and the sensation. So that spiral up the sides of the nose and the nostrils, and the spiral on the way out. It might be soft here, maybe like cotton or even cotton candy. And you might choose to stay here. You might shift your attention to the inside corners of the eyes. Or you might stay where we were. You might notice moisture in the corners of your eyes, especially as the attention comes to this place. So those little balls there. Maybe you noticed a cool sensation in this place. Coming back to the breath. Acknowledging any distractions, and then coming back to your sensation of breath. The in and the out, just like the ebb and flow of a tide. The wave comes onto the shore. The wave retreats back into the ocean. So does the breath wash over us, following through that same pathway that led us to the corners of the eyes and all the way back out through the nostrils. You might choose to stay here. You might bring your attention to the space between the eyebrows or just slightly higher. Whichever feels better to you right now. And you might notice some sensation here as you breathe. In through the nose and out through the nose. You might notice a slight pulsation here. You might notice nothing here. But you notice the breath here. You bring your hands together, palms touching, and start to rub them together. Almost like your hands are cold. And you want to build up heat. So you start out slow. And just swish, 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 swish. And build up speed and build up heat. And when your hands feel warm enough, go ahead and place the palms over the eyes, perhaps cupping the hands if it feels most comfortable for you. Bring your attention to the sounds inside the room you're in. Let those sounds come back in. You might notice sounds from outside your room. And if it's comfortable for you, slowly flutter The eyes open inside the palms, underneath them in the heat and the slight darkness. And when you're ready, slide the hands away. Take a deep cleansing breath in through the nose and releasing it through the nose. I hope this practice has helped you as much as it has helped me. Thank you.